Well, hello. Q&A number 60.
I was yawning.
We're going to catch up to how old I am. Next Q&A will be 61, how old I am. Then we'll catch up to yours.
You look like maybe middle 30s, late 30s.
Yeah, I was waiting to see what you were going to say. Oh, dear. Well, we'll go ahead and start out with Jill Armbruster.
Oh,
I was curious, what kind of mixer is that? It looks like an antique. I love antiques. It's a Bosch mixer, and I've had it. The reason it looks like an antique is I've had it for 30, 40 years.
Keeps on around.
They have nice newer ones now, but mine still works. So, but I love that it's an antique.
It's a juicer, and you can get.
The Champion is a juicer, but the Bosch mixer isn't.
Oh, okay.
See, that the kitchen's not his
Domain.
expertise. Yeah, domain. Okay. Okay, Christina Talanda. Did I say that right? Oh, okay.
Wow.
Good.
I think.
What did you do with all those? What do you do with all those eggs? I had just gone out. I had found where the chickens were hiding the eggs.
Well, oh, really?
Yeah, they were underneath their pen. There was probably a dozen eggs out there. So I was wondering what they'd done with them.
Underneath the pen.
Underneath, just underneath.
Underneath what though?
Their cage. So I found them.
Outside the cage?
Mm-hmm. I don't know why they thought that would be fun.
Right.
And then I had to test them to make sure they weren't rotten. But usually eggs last 90 days. But you just put them in a cup of water, and if they float, they're bad. And you don't have to crack the egg open to see if it stinks or not. And all of them were fine. All the eggs were fine. But okay. And Jessica Kendrick, did your house smell of boiled eggs? I just put them in the fridge because they last a long time, and it usually does smell like boiled eggs when you boil the eggs. Do you like boiled eggs? Comment below if you do. I really like them. Me and my sister went and sang yesterday at the old folks' home, and when we got there, they were all eating deviled eggs.
I like those.
And when we were up there singing, I said, I think they should call them angel eggs. Why do they call them devil eggs?
What a good point. That's a very good point.
Oh, dear. Okay. Esperanza body. Wait, did I say it?
No.
You say it. You say
Esperanza.
Oh, Esperanza. Did I say it right?
Did you roll your arm just a teeny bit? Esperanza.
Esperanza body. Looks like everyone is having a fun time. Love Zayd joining you for the quotes at the end. That was fun.
So Esperanza means hope.
Oh.
So Hope's body.
Hope's body. I like that. I wouldn't mind having a name like that. Yeah, the kids were sleeping over, and I had, Davey and April were in Italy, I think. And so Zayd helped us out with the quote then. And his smile is contagious. What a sweet boy. I'm curious about the chickens. Won't the mold go into the eggs you eat? I always thought their diet, grain, soy, went through the eggs.
Right.
Grains, corn, soy. I may be wrong, but would love the feedback. I had some of the bread had started going moldy, so I threw it out to the chickens. And no, it doesn't hurt them. The only thing I don't feed chickens is meat, but I feed them all the scraps from the table. Popcorn, they love popcorn. Watermelon, fruit special.
A little bit like goats and
pigs and
pigs. They'll eat anything.
Yeah, pigs can eat meat.
And I eat anything.
Yeah, you eat anything. You're just like the chickens. Yeah, I give them their regular grains, and they do love corn on the cob too. But you can pretty much feed them anything, as long as you're not giving them eggs, because that would make them a cannibal. Eating their own babies, that just seems too weird to me.
She looked after chickens on the farm, and so
yeah, I had 200 chickens I was in charge of.
200, that's a lot. She's kind of close to the chickens.
Kind of close. No, that would be weird.
She worked with goats, but she will not.
I won't eat goat cheese. It stinks. Okay, but that's a good question. Okay, Kelly Bell, happy spring, Momma O. By the way, your makeup looks good. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. You look very pretty. Thank you. And that shade of lipstick. What shade are you wearing? And it's called Current, and it's that lip sense.
It looks borderline normal lips. I mean.
Yeah, it a little bit has worn off since this morning, but thank you. I love that color too. And Bonnie Barber, is that really Doug's voice? This was at Rochelle's 40th birthday party, and I can post that here. But we had a lot of fun, and Doug, her husband, had sung a song to her. He was too shy to sing it there, so he pre-recorded it and then just played it, and that was really his voice. He did a really good job. Yeah, that was really nice of him. Hey, Aunt Jules. So my question is, does Joe come from a large family?
I come from a divorced family. Catholic father, Mormon mother. They divorced, and then she remarried to a Mormon, and there were 3 children born. 1 died at birth, and then when they both sides remarried, it ended up with a lot of half siblings. So total half siblings, how many I got?
6.
3,
Total.
4, 5, 6. Yeah.
Full brother.
Yeah.
And then 2 halves, and then 2 halves. 2 halves from your dad, 2 halves from your mom. So 6. So actually
But
7 if you count your brother's twin that died.
Yeah.
So 7 actually.
And my sister, when I was 13, I drove her about 30 miles to the hospital.
Your mom. You drove
What'd
your
that
mom.
say?
Your sister. When your sister was born, you probably
That's
meant
what I'm
to
trying to say. Yeah, when my sister was born. And I couldn't see over the steering wheel, and I had to put my head to the side just to see over the steering wheel.
Now this is 60 years ago, so back then there weren't any laws against that.
Well, the parents just taught the kids to drive.
Yeah.
And,
I learned at age 10 out on the farm to drive the truck. Had to drive the hay truck.
But it's funny, I never say half sister. I'm saying it now, but because I was raised with her and she's my sister.
What about Janice and...
I just say she's my sister. She's my dad's second marriage.
Yeah.
But she's still my sister.
Yeah, because you kind of picture a half one, just half of them running around.
No, I picture it's a little bit of a, not offensive.
I'll post a picture of them.
It's kind of hurtful, I think.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of like you're saying, oh, you don't quite count for the full
and
thing.
Joe was 14 when his sister was, 13, I guess.
Yeah.
So he was a little bit older, so he was kind of raised alone. He was with his brother in Canada, a year apart,
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years.
So for the first 8 years before their parents divorced, he played with him a lot, and then
in the forest.
in the forest up in Canada, and then when his parents divorced, he came down here with his mother, and his brother stayed up in Canada with his dad. Back then, the judge said, "Who do you want to live with?" And that's who the kids lived with.
That's what he said.
They didn't do shared custody back then, and so Joe came here to California to live with his mom, and his brother stayed up in Canada. Okay, let's do one more question. Kimberly Niven, Papa O, do you read the Book of Mormon cover to cover, or do you skip around in the Bible? Just curious.
Let's see, do you skip around in the Bible? Oh, like the Bible.
In it like the Bible. In it like the Bible.
Well, I've read it 5 or 6 times, cover to cover. I remember the first time I read it, I was about 13 or 14 years old, and I didn't have a good feeling for the meanings, but each time I read it, I just would see things that I didn't see before. But now, on LDS.org, they have recordings of it there, and so sometimes in the morning when I'm just getting ready to go teach, I'll just play it and listen to it. I have some favorite spots that I like to hear over and over again.
Well, sometimes...
But also in the New Testament, my favorite spots in the New Testament are the miracles of Jesus, the miracles he performed.
Yeah, so that's a good question. And Papa O, so he kind of gets, he'll skip around, or sometimes he'll just read it straight through. I think you read it straight through.
When I was about 4.
When Jimmy Joe was on his mission.
No, when I was in high school.
In high school, he read it straight through. Then when Jimmy Joe was on his mission,
well, he challenged me to read it.
Challenged you to read it. And you read it how many times while he was gone for 2 years?
About 6 times.
6 times in 2 years? Wow. That's really good.
Because there's about 400 pages, I think, in it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a good question. All right, we'll go. We'll end it. We've used up our 10 minutes, probably plus. And let's read a quote here. Tony Robbins says, "When you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears."
I don't quite understand that.
When you're grateful, when you appreciate...
No, it's abundance appears. What does that mean?
It means you start making either more money or more help, better help.
Abundance.
Or...
Yeah. I see how they're using the word abundance.
Yeah, abundance.
That's an old-fashioned word for having more money, I think.
More money or better health or... nice. I think, just abundance. How just things go better. Things go better for you. There you go. Things go better for you. Do you want to read one, or how about that one?
Which one? Tony Robbins. I can almost see his face because I just know that what his face is. Tony Robbins' problems are the gifts that make us dig out and figure who we are. Oh, that's good.
It's true.
And what we're made for. And what we're responsible to give back to life.
I like that. That's
important.
Good. That's very powerful. Because we all try and figure out, well, what is my purpose here? What can I do to give back?
The most unhappy people are the ones that are focused on themselves, and they don't give their time, their smiles, their warmth. They don't give back to other people.
Yeah, because one thing that will make you very happy is giving back. Because it just...
But as soon as you're totally focused on yourself, that's when you start feeling miserable.
Dig down deep into yourself to see what you're made of, what you can do. And I remember hearing once, I said, each day do something. Don't just sit there and exist, but do something to better your life, better someone else's life, or to make
the world a better place.
Do something. Don't you could say, well, what can I do? I'm just one person. What can I possibly do? We say, well, do something. Do, even if you smile, or give somebody a hug, or start simple. You don't have to do some grand thing to make the world a better place, because a smile can go a long ways. So we'll go ahead and end there with a smile. And thank you, and make sure you subscribe. Right here's that subscribe button right there. And we really enjoy the Q&As. Me and Papa O, we usually go in different directions and doing different stuff, and this forces us to sit down for 10 minutes and answer questions, and we love it. It's really a lot of fun. Appreciate it. And make sure you like and comment what you'd like to see or any questions. And thank you, and good night, everybody.
Good night.
I was a little girl, turned on the water spout, nothing didn't come out. Mama quickly walked in, looked at her and I grinned. I said, don't worry, Mom, 'cause Daddy can fix it. Daddy, you can do anything, you're the king. You can fly, you can swing me way up high. You can conquer the world with your smile.